Hello everyone, welcome to Lighthouse Stamping with Lorraine. I hope you're having a good day. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Vancouver, Washington. And before we get started, I'll tell you the housekeeping notes. In the description bar below is a description of all the products I used and all the measurements to make this project. You'll also find a link to my online store if you are wanting to purchase some Stampin' Up! Products. Please go to that online store to place your order. Remember, celebration is going on through the 28th of February, so you can get free stuff out of that catalog. If you have any questions, please send me an email. My email address is there. Also, there's a link to the Facebook group. If you'd like to join us there, we'd love to have you. Also, remember to like, subscribe, and share on YouTube to help me grow the channel. So, what I have in front of me is Flavored Flowers. And this is some DSP that you can get for every $50 or $100 you spend. You can get different products. This is one of the $50 ones. And I'm just going to thumb through here really brief. This is just half a pack. I just pulled out one of the sheets of each of the colors. It's gorgeous paper. And then on the back side is geometric shapes. It's really quite beautiful. Even the back side's beautiful. The colors in this paper are Basic Black, Blackberry Bliss, Calypso Coral, Evening Evergreen, Fresh Freesia, Mossy Meadow, and Petal Pink. So I think it's quite gorgeous. So on to the show, and let me show you what we're going to make today. We're going to make a little 3D project. I haven't made one for a little while. And I'm still on my Valentine theme, and I needed some boxes. And this is my little Valentine box we're going to do. This is a 4-inch cube, so it's a lot of space in there. And I made a little Valentine tag to hang on here. This one is made with the Calypso Coral paper. Once I'd call it Calypso Coral paper. However, this is papaya, pale papaya. I'm just losing my mind is what color ribbon this was, which looked beautiful with it. I used some basic twine and punched a piece out and a piece of white. So I'm going to show you how to make this. Now, you do need 12 by 12 cardstock. I actually looked for Calypso Coral. I didn't have any 12 by 12, but I had black, so I went with the black. And black works really well black works with this paper really good because there is black in it. So let me show you what I chose to make. I gotta put this off someplace so I don't get it in the way. This is the paper we're going to use this time with black base because I looked for Blackberry Bliss in the 12 by 12 and I'm out of that one too. I need to do a little shopping. I have red and black, 12 by 12 and white, but some of the other colors I did not have. So move this so you guys can see the board. I did get a little crinkle in my box, but that's okay. It's a corner and it's going to get cut off more than likely anyhow. So what you're going to need is your scoreboard and your stylus, and you're going to score at 4 inches on all 4 sides. Now we're going to go ahead and score both pieces. Oop, I just jumped the track. Remember, go slowly so you don't jump the track. And I will come back and show you how we're going to fix that in a minute. Now we're going to go ahead and score this piece as well. This is the geometric. Now, you're going to want to come out just a hair. And by I mean a hair, here's the first mark here. You don't even want to come out that far. About half of that. I mean, we're talking like if you took 2 pieces of cardstock side by side and put it in there, that's how much space you want to leave there, okay? And you're going to want to do that on all sides. That would allow the box to close, you know, comfortably and not jam up on you. And you're going to score at 1 1/4 and 4. And rotate, pull out slightly. 1 1/4 and what is it about this 4? Keep on, or I'm trying to go too fast. Pull out 1 1/4 and 4. I'm even having a hard time seeing the score lines on this one. This is going to be fun. All right, let me get rid of the scoreboard here. And let's go back to this one, and we'll work on one at a time now. You can see the score line I made there. So I'm going to flip it over to the back side. Since it's the bottom of the box, the bottom really doesn't matter that much. But you just basically take your bone folder and just rub it out a little bit. And you can hardly notice it's there now. So, I'm going to fold all these and burnish them. You want nice, crisp. So there's our 9 squares. So what we're going to do is we're going to start at this corner here, and we're going to cut, and I'm just cutting, I always want to cut just to the side of the score line because I don't want the bump in there, like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm cutting about half of this off, and I'm doing this now before I wedge because that's a nice size to use for something else. And then you're going to come in and make a little wedge that way. And that way. So it looks like that. And then you're going to rotate. A little slow with these scissors. I just pulled these out. My other ones, big ones, I really like, I can't find. And so I grabbed these to see if they would work. First pair I grabbed did not work. And we'll rotate again and cut. And whack off this piece. I'm just whacking it off. You can whack it off after you've wedged if you wanted. I just don't want to wedge in, and that's a little extra paper you might need for doing a little banner or label or something. And I'm just throwing these pieces out of my way and rotate and do the last one. And cut this one off. The reason I'm rotating is we don't want to overlap. And by rotating, excuse me, my voice is going in. And spreading the weight out, the box is much more secure and stable. It doesn't, possibly bounce around. Hang on, I got a little piece stuck here. There we go. So there's this piece here. So we're going to go ahead and put this one together. And you could use tear and tape or whatever you like. I'm a glue girl. And I'm just going to do one at a time, and you pull it up. Make sure you got a nice 90-degree angle. Make sure everybody's sticking in the right place. Try to keep it in the camera. Yeah, you could use tear and tape. You could use glue. You could use Seal Plus. Seal is not strong enough to hold it. Your box would fall apart. But glue has always been good for 3D projects. They said this is a nice big box. And that's what I needed, was a nice large box. So I needed a couple of them. I'll pop that one in. I know you can't see me putting the glue on here, but trust me, I am. And bring up the fourth side. There we go. So that's the base of our box. And I want to make sure this is going to be in. I'm just making sure that I got it pushed down good on the inside. Just like that. We'll set that off to the side for a moment, and we'll bring in this piece. And we need to burnish it, and hopefully after burnishing I can see where I'm going to be cutting. This paper is quite busy on both sides. So, yeah. It should be interesting. Folding's going to be interesting. It doesn't help that my lighting is going now, since it's almost 5 o'clock when I'm filming this. And it's getting dark out again. So I'm folding each of the lines. And the last one. Like I said, I'm feeling for the score lines. Because this paper's quite busy. All right, we've got it all scored now. So, I don't know if you can see if I draw in here or not. We'll see if this pin's dark enough. There's squares. There's this rectangle here. No, this is all the inside, so no one's gonna see it. This one comes like this. These 3 need to be removed. And then we'll cut up this one and wedge in. Rotate and do the next one. So the first one will come like that. Yeah, I'm sorry I had to drop it. I could not see where the score line was. There, almost. Cut this one off, and then we're going to come back in here and wedge this in, and not a big wedge, just a little one. And we're going to wedge this side here and wedge this one here. And what I'm going to do is, I think for this one, I'm going to switch to my small scissors because this one is very hard to see. We'll go straight up again. And then across. And I'll just wedge that one here since I'm right here. Bring this one up. Also, these smaller ones don't cast quite a shadow as the big ones do with scissors. This makes it a little easier for me to see. Wedge that one. Wedge that one. And wedge this one here. Rotate it. Sorry, my arms are going across it, but like I said, this paper is quite dark, and I don't know why I wedged there. I thought it was at the end. Oh well. And cut there. We're almost to the end. These boxes are very easy to put together, as long as you're not trying to do this at night. I get a lot of my light in my room through the window, so I try not to film much at night. I need to get some more lights in order to film at night. And I didn't realize how late it was getting. So we're rotating to the last one. There. wedge it. And I don't know why I keep on wedging that one. I must be getting tired. There we go. Just kick all that out of my way real fast. You know the maid will be by later, i.e. me. So this is what we have so far. It all wedged in here. That's what it looks like. It's cut, so you have just go around sort of like a pinwheel almost. So next we're going to take and do our tear and tape. Now I use the tear and tape. This is a reinforced box, and I like to put tear and tape. Oop, I forgot to wedge one. There we go. I like to use tear and tape on my and make reinforced boxes when I use DSP on the top. You don't have to, but I think it makes it look nicer, and it really helps make the box and the lid much more sturdy. I am putting 2 pieces in because this is quite a large area. Okay, now we're going to go back to the glue, and we're going to put glue on this one. And now I'm going to do one at a time. I don't trust myself. We're going to line up the corners here. Make sure we got a nice 90-degree angle. Then we'll come around and put glue on this one. You could use tear and tape on the inside too if you wanted. And then this one. I'm just doing it up on the side because it's just a little easier. I'm going to stick this one on the inside so I don't have to pull it through. This is very pretty paper. And then this one, we'll just flip it this way and put some glue on the inside. And hook it down. Nope, didn't hold that one long enough. Just a second here. There we go. All right, now I'm going to go in and grab my little tool here, and I'm just going to pull off. I'll show you what I'm doing here. I'm pulling off the tear and tape here, and then I'm going to close it down over the first one. Make sure they're still hooked in place since my glue is not wanting to dry real fast today. Just knock that one down. I'm just going clear around the box, pulling the tear and tape off, putting it down like that. Oop. Get a little piece of tear tape pulled up, just mark it down. And then I'm going to take my bone folder and rub that nice. Make sure I've got a nice crease there. And make sure everybody is all in place. Okay, so that's our lid. And here's our nice box. Nice, no bowing, no buckling here. Comes off really nice. Goes in. This will hold a lot of stuff. Like I said, got to put it on the right there. Just like that. Now I looked around for ribbon. I thought I could dye white ribbon if I wanted, and I started looking, and I grabbed This is the Satin-Edged ribbon with the gold on it, and it is carrying over. So I thought I would use it because it is so beautiful against there. So I'm going to take a nice big piece, make sure I've got enough here. Just wrap it around. Pull it through and up. Like that. And make sure I've got enough to tie a nice bow. Like that. And I'm going to wrap this around, and I'm actually going to wrap it around and grab the one underneath. Like that. Just so it helps stabilize a little bit. And then make a nice bow. I don't want to tie my bow too tight since I still have to fill this. A little long there. We'll trim that off. So I've got a nice little bow. And then I wanted a little tag. So I grabbed my heart punches. And I grabbed some Blackberry Bliss and used the scalloped punch for that. And then I grabbed some white, basic white, and the straight edged heart. This is so I can write. And then I wanted something on the front. And yes, I whacked into a piece of paper. Because I thought this was so pretty to put on the front of my heart. So I'm going to line this up sort of so I get a little bit of the leaves, little flowers, about like that, with my straight edge. And where's that glue at? One side we will put. Like I said, this is no stamping on this one. Just using the free product. And make it a pretty box. But you could make this out of any paper that you wanted. Anything you had. Like that. And then I'm going to grab our Baker's Twine Essential Pack. And I'm debating about what color to use. I think I'm just going to go with the neutral right there. And I'm going to cut a piece off that is roughly about 10 inches long. Not getting precise. Just a nice size piece. I've grabbed my old reliable hole punch. And I'm coming down maybe, I don't know, a 1/4 inch below the center of that. And it takes a second because you're going through cardstock and 2 layers of paper. Well, 2 cardstock and a layer of paper. And then I'm going to take this Baker's Twine and I'm going to go from the back side and come through the hole and up. Then I'm going to take this, and I want mine. I'm just going to go right under one of these underneath here. And I want to make sure I've left enough for it to hang down. I'll show you this in a second once I've, and just go in here and tie a little knot. Like that, and cut the excess off my knot. So it just hangs around the bow, and you have a little tag there. You can write a little message to somebody, and there is your little box. So give it a try. It's not so little. Like I said, it's 4x4. It's quite a large size box, and it will hold a lot. And whatever gifts you're going to put in there for your sweeties, I'm sure they will love them. So with that being said, have a nice Wednesday, and I will see you on Friday. Don't have any idea what I'm doing on Friday yet, but I'll think of something. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.